A brand new 2025 study found that concussions impact how the brain connects and communicates. What this means for you is that symptoms like neurofatigue and brain fog that linger around can be explained even if you've been cleared to work already. This completely validates everything I knew from my personal experience of recovering from a concussion and what I've seen in others through the idea of neuroplasticity, that your brain can change, heal, and adapt over time according to all that it does. Now, let me elaborate on this further. So, understand that when you have a concussion, it's going to impact things severely. And there's actually studies to verify that your brain is actually more malleable, actually more flexible right after it experienced a concussion. So, it's not all bad per se. And what I want to say is that when different brain regions are not communicating the way that they need to, you may experience anything from memory issues to mood swings to brain fog to headaches and anything in between. And it's not a sign that your brain is broken per se. The fact is that it's actually trying its best to heal. And what we have in our brain are called glial cells. And this is our brain's lymphatic system. And these particular cells called microglia are the immune cells of our brain. And when we experience a concussion, they actually release more inflammatory cytokines than normal. And our brain's doing our very best to protect us. And so this really shows up in many bad ways and really raises neuroinflammation. It skyrockets essentially because the brain is sending all these signals and trying to keep you protected and healthy. But the unfortunate consequence of that is that these cells are overworking and it actually starts like a gasoline on a fire. Even though they're doing their very best to protect you and get you feeling better, they actually start to self-sabotage and they overreact. What I tell everybody that I work with is that first we want to reduce neuroinflammation levels as much as we possibly can. Supplements like turmeric, supplements like fish oil, and exercises like deep breathing or getting in a cold shower are really going to start that process for you. And I know that it is a fact that if brain regions are not communicating as well as they need to be, for example, the front of your brain called the frontal lobe is not communicating as well as it needs to is with the occipital lobe to the back of the brain, it's gonna be like a signal or a transmission that gets interrupted with a weak signal. And if neighboring brain regions are not communicating very well, it shows up in many very bad ways. You're not able to think clearly. You're not able to concentrate. You're not able to focus. You're not able to think clearly. And you have all these negative thoughts that overwhelm you, kind of like a loud monkey mind. But one of the best tools I can recommend to every single person is meditation. And they've found again and again, thousands of scientific studies have shown that meditation helps strengthen the brain quite like a muscle. One of my favorites, of course, is the Harvard research done that talks about how meditation increases the connectivity of the gray matter of your brain, the outside tissue of the neocortex. It strengthens that just like a muscle over time in about 56 days. And if you practice only 56 days of meditation, you're going to find that you're going to feel happier, you're going to sleep better, you'll be able to focus better, and overall your quality of life is going to go way up and skyrocket. You're going to have more energy levels, and when that's the case, the brain is going to communicate so much better from front to back, from side to front, from bottom up, brainstem up. It's all going to start communicating better just because you decided to close your eyes. And it doesn't need to be anything complicated. All you have to do is close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and that is beginning the practice. And there's no such thing as a bad meditation if you want to increase how your brain is communicating and firing and creating new neural pathways. And that very much so was my key. The key of my recovery was neuroplasticity, using that key to unlock your brain health. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to feel like you took a miraculous pill and you feel better all of a sudden. It is gradual, but just like the tortoise and the hare analogy, you know, the hare never ended up winning the race, the turtle did. And so if you feel stuck in your recovery, you feel like nothing's going right, like you always have to try extra hard and you never have any energy or mental energy and you're always tired, just know it's your brain doing its very best to protect you. And just like the tortoise that won the race, you can begin to take micro baby steps in the right direction. And you, over a long enough period of time, your brain's going to get better. It's going to heal. And maybe on top of that, you'll feel better than you ever did before. And I can promise you from the bottom of my heart that the science validates this, that the brain can heal, change, and adapt. And no matter what you're going through, even the level of severity, it's possible to rewire your brain and become better than it was before. If this video gave you some clarity, I'd love to have you join our Rebound Recovery Community by clicking the link down below. We're people who just get you and will give you the support, knowledge, and tools you need to make lots of progress in your recovery rather quickly. Until the next time we talk, my friend, stay focused, stay clear, and keep going.